A 3-0 defeat to Manchester City, an embarrassing Carabao Cup exit to Grimsby Town, and only 4 points from the first 4 Premier League matches. Manchester United are living through their worst start to a league season in more than 3 decades, and all the attention has now turned to Ruben Amorim. Despite the pressure, the board signals they are prepared to give him more time. The question is whether that patience will turn into progress, or whether it risks deepening the crisis. The current reality is hard to ignore. United sit in the lower half of the table, well below the expectations of fans and analysts. The derby defeat to City highlighted once again the gulf in quality, not only in defense where gaps were brutally exposed, but also in attack where chances were wasted. The loss to a 4th-tier opponent in the domestic cup added humiliation to an already fragile confidence. It is the type of start that would normally trigger panic inside any big club. Yet, patience is being preached. Amorim was hired with a long-term project in mind, and voices inside Old Trafford insist that 4 games do not define a season. His contract gives him security, and the board believes that sacking him now would undermine the stability they've been trying to rebuild. More importantly, some metrics suggest there is potential for improvement. United are still creating chances, maintaining possession, and pressing high. The argument is that inefficiency in finishing, rather than the system itself, has produced the poor results. That system is at the core of the debate. Amorim has been consistent in his reliance on variations of the 3-4-3, refusing to abandon the formation even after damaging losses. He insists that the solution lies in better execution and the right players, not in changing philosophy. His confidence is seen as either admirable resilience or stubbornness that could cost the team more points. Fans and pundits question whether a rigid structure, especially one new to many players, can be sustained under Premier League intensity. Critics point not only to tactics, but also to morale. Heavy defeats and derbies cut deeper than statistics can measure. They influence fan patience, dressing room spirit, and media pressure. Every poor performance compounds doubts, and the longer the slump continues, the more recovery will require extraordinary effort. The financial consequences also loom large. Failure to secure European qualification has long-term costs, from sponsorships to transfer budgets, and delaying a managerial change could risk millions. There are also angles less frequently discussed. Promising young players, such as Kabi Mainu, have had limited involvement. The decision to prioritize experienced names could be seen as missed opportunities to inject energy and flexibility. At the same time, the potential cost of dismissal, estimated at more than £10 million, creates a dilemma. Paying off a coach is expensive, but missing out on Champions League football may cost several times more. The club must weigh immediate disruption against broader financial sustainability. Ultimately, expectations play a crucial role. Supporters wanted quick transformation, forgetting that systemic rebuilds rarely deliver overnight success. Injuries, fixture congestion, and new signings adjusting to the league complicate the process further. The reality is harsher than the promises, but also more complex than the headlines suggest. Looking ahead, the next run of fixtures could be decisive. Matches against direct rivals will test Amorim's ability to respond tactically and emotionally. Slight improvements in finishing, tightening the defense, and consistency against weaker sides might change the narrative quickly. Football is often decided by small margins, and even one convincing win could alter the atmosphere. So the dilemma remains. On one side lies the argument for patience, for giving a manager with a clear philosophy the chance to see his ideas take root. On the other side are the risks of delay, lost points, fading belief, and mounting costs. For Manchester United, The line between resilience and recklessness has rarely been so thin. The question now is not just whether Amorim deserves more time, but whether United can afford to give it to him. One more victory may buy him breathing space, but a string of failures could end the project before it truly begins.